Look down your street. You see them literally every single day. They look, well, incredibly boring, just these red lumps of metal sitting on the sidewalk. But here's the thing. They hide a massive secret. Today, we're diving into the unseen world right beneath your feet. This is a story of survival. We are looking at the absolute genius engineering of unending flow. Okay, let's dive right into this. Why do fire hydrants never run dry? It's kinda crazy, right? It's a question we almost never think to ask. But just imagine a massive fire suddenly breaking out. Firefighters arrive. They connect that huge, heavy hose. They eagerly crack open the main valve. If that hose is dry, that's a catastrophic failure. No way around it. This system simply cannot fail. It is literally a matter of life and death.
We demand an unending flow. And honestly, it's an awe-inspiring concept when you really stop to grasp it. See, we rely on these massive underground water mains. We're talking about actual rivers waiting just below the pavement, because if that flow stops, the city burns. Yet this endless, raging supply remains completely invisible to us. We trust it blindly every single day. That pressure, it must be absolute at all times.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the engineering. It's this calculated, totally unseen design that guarantees that unending flow. Look, this isn't magic. Every single pipe is perfectly placed. They're actually buried deep below the freezing line. Why? To prevent winter blockages and burst pipes, of course. Every single valve is precisely calibrated. The sheer mechanics behind this whole setup are just staggering. Why fire hydrants never run dry? We really have to think about the sheer scale required for this to work. Millions of gallons of water are routed perfectly across the grid. Think about this. A single hydrant can pump over 1,000 gallons a minute. That's insane. The extreme water pressure has to be maintained constantly. Entire cities rely entirely on this hidden network. The design actually outsmarts nature itself. It makes gravity and pressure work together in perfect harmony. So the crucial point here is the contrast. Without this intense pressure, entire city blocks could just turn to ash. The danger of running dry is incredibly severe. It represents total, catastrophic failure. But, on the flip side, we have an absolute guarantee of survival. It's a real triumph of modern engineering. Failure is literally not an option here. The stakes are absolute. We have literally engineered our environment to survive.
Let's break this down and see how it all builds together. The visible hydrant? That's just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath the street lies a complex, crazy network of gate valves and pressurized mains. We're talking miles of pressurized darkness under the concrete. That is what creates the unending flow. It's a perfectly choreographed mechanical system. Each component relies completely on the last one. That chain absolutely cannot break.
Everything boils down to one singular goal. It must never, ever run dry. Engineers design these things to survive absolutely anything. I mean, even a speeding car crashing right into one won't unleash a massive flood. How? Well, special breakaway bolts snap on impact, so the main valve stays safely shut underground. It just stands there, like a silent guardian on every corner. The flow survives against all odds.
This invisible backbone holds all of our everyday infrastructure together. The mystery of the hydrant is solved by the sheer power of this unseen engineering. The promise of unending flow is kept through totally ingenious design. It literally holds our lives in the balance. And you know, we walk over these lifelines constantly without a second thought. The engineering is our silent protector. Our safety relies entirely on this hidden grid.
Now this brilliantly illustrates how it actually works. Extreme water pressure constantly builds up in the dark. A heavy-duty main valve holds the entire system back. It just waits in the pitch black, ready to be unleashed in a fraction of a second. The operating nut sits at the very top. Turning it pushes a long stem down to open that hidden valve. The suspense of this hidden power is truly incredible. Once turned, water surges upward instantly.
Rivers are rushing silently beneath your shoes right this very second. The pressure never, ever stops. You are walking on top of a completely dormant powerhouse. So next time you pass a fire hydrant, ask yourself a simple question. What other massive engineering secrets are hiding in plain sight? The unending flow is always down there, waiting. That unseen engineering is keeping you safe. The underground mystery is finally solved.